2 weeks after Karmelo Anthony was convicted of murdering Austin Metcalf, he has a new legal team.
And that appeal defense team is led by former Dallas County Assistant DA Russell Wilson, who Fox 4 has used as a legal analyst for quite a few cases. Fox 4's Stephen Dial here now to talk about the next steps in the case. Stephen?
Heather, Russell Wilson leading that appeals team. He'll be joined by 5 other lawyers, including civil rights attorney Justin Moore. I spoke to a well-known appeals attorney who's not a part of this case. He told me the legal team has 30 days from the conviction to file for a new trial, but told me that that may not happen. 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murdering 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet 2 years ago. The conviction came down 2 weeks ago. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison and immediately filed a notice of appeal, telling the court he had no money to pay for attorney's fees. Monday, a new legal team announced that it would work on his appeal process pro bono. Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt posted on social media that he helped put the team together. Russell Wilson, who is a familiar face on Fox 4, is leading the team. Joining him are 5 other lawyers, including longtime NAACP President Gary Bledsoe. There has been a lot of racial tension around this case. During the trial, there were no black men or women on the jury. Today, I talked to an appeals attorney, Gary Udishin, who is not associated with the case, about the process moving forward.
If the new defense lawyers decide to file a motion for new trial, that will happen in the next couple of weeks. Now, that's difficult to do because they don't have the record. There are things that are difficult to raise on a motion for a trial because you don't have the record. The defense lawyers representing the defendant on appeal have 30 days from the point of receiving the transcript to actually file the appellate brief, which is the written arguments to the Court of Appeals. On a case like this, and in fact, really on most cases, it's necessary to get at least one 30-day extension.
I know there may have been people of color, but no black jurors. Is that something that an appeals legal team would focus in on or mention? Is that something that would stand out in saying, okay, my client did not get a fair shake of his peers?
Absolutely. As I understand what happened at trial, when the prosecutors struck the remaining black jury panel members, the defense lawyer made an objection to it. So they preserved the issue for appeal purposes. So I feel quite certain that's going to be an issue on appeal.
Udishin told me that the record of transcript may not come until August or later. When that happens, the defense will file their brief, then the state will have 30 to 60 days to respond before it goes to the appeals court, which is based here in Dallas.